You're now listening to the Narrative Podcast, hosted by Reuben Arthur and Reuben Miller. They're here to correct the narrative.
Woo. All right. We back inside this, man. It's been a minute since we've come to set the narrative straight, as it were.
Yeah, man. It's been an hour.
It's been a whole hour. It's actually been a lifetime, man. Happy New Year.
Is that still valid?
It's the New Year.
I saw someone say after the 7th, you can't say Happy New Year or something like that.
Yeah, but people say things all the time. They gotta allow it.
Yeah.
They gotta allow that. How are you, man? How have you been?
I'm good, man. I'm good. You know, just out here, bro. I'm out here.
I love that. That's just the accepted universal answer that black men just give. Like, what are you doing? Nah, man. I'm out here. What is that? Is that your phone? Or your laptop?
Both.
But I tell them to shut up. Put it on do not disturb.
Can you even do that on your laptop?
Yeah, of course. Do it all the time.
But
Crazy.
But yeah,
Sometimes you be outside. But yeah, no, I'm glad you're good. We have to, like I said, we should probably start off with an apology to our scores of adoring fans.
yeah, man. You know, I would like to take this time to just sincerely apologize to absolutely nobody. You know, but yeah, nah. Obviously, like circumstances kind of changed. I moved countries. Amari right now, he's in DXB, so you know,
Living it up, fam.
yeah.
Having a wonderful time. But yeah, what you been on, man? What you been on? It's been a minute.
Just trying new things. That's me right now, mostly, to be honest. Just trying to learn, like, but yeah, bro, just keeping it simple, fam. What about you?
What have I been on? Yeah, man, I've just been like, it's been a really interesting time. The last like year and a half, it's just been very, very interesting since we last convened as a narrative podcast. Been doing a lot of different things, man. Like, we've both made some life choices that we might want to talk about, we might not, so whatever. But like, for the most part, I've just been outside, which sounds like a bad thing. Like, I've been doing like nuts things, which I have, but like, that's within my scope.
I feel like, you know what, I do feel like that's a good segue.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like, I'm going to be honest, like, it's funny because, you know, I was there.
You were,
I was there, so it's even funnier for me.
Exactly.
And, Reuben, the streets want to know, why were you wearing a crop top, bro? Like, let's just get into this. Let's just cut the, you get me? Cut the BS, bro, like. Because I know you, and that's the problem.
My word.
Like, it's unfortunate because you just do things, and for me, it's just not mad. Because I'm just like, as I said, I was there, so I know exactly what happened. But man, them that weren't there,
Yeah.
like, my boy shouted me like, "Yo, is that a crop top?" And the first thing I was like, one, you know that's crop top, but it's the shock and disbelief.
It's the shock.
All I said was, because I know you, I couldn't even be bothered to vouch. Oh nah, bro, he gets bare things, or just like I couldn't be bothered. Like, I was just like, you know what I said? I said it was a dare. That's what I said. I said it was a dare. That's it.
I'm gonna answer your question with another question. Yeah. Slyly, was I not rocking it? Like,
Yo, why for that? Hold on. Yo. Don't bring me into this, bro.
I'm so done.
Don't bring me into this.
Oh my goodness. All right, cool. Let me explain the situation. Firstly, for those who don't know, on my Instagram, obviously people were doing, it was coming to the end of the year, so people were doing like end of year dumps, end of year this, end of year that, whatever, cool. And I haven't really been on Instagram the way that I have been in the past. Like, there was a point where I was posting like every 3 days because I knew that was how to hit the algorithm.
Yeah,
and
I remember that time.
I had to hit man and like, no, we can definitely just blow off this and get followers like this and get to 10K and then but like, I haven't felt that way about Instagram in a really, really long time. Like, I don't care anymore. So it's a thing where I said consciously at a point this year, I said, look, no, that's a lie. So I was speaking to my friend Ines at the beginning of the year, and she was like, "Gee, you don't take pictures." And I was like, "Yeah, because I just do things. Like, I'm happy to be in the moment and like live experiences." And I think it was either at the start of 2021 or around that time, or when I got my new phone, or both. she was like, you should take more pictures this year. And I was like, bet, I'm gonna take more pictures. So I'm gonna do things and just take pictures that like help me to get to that point. I was like, oh, I remember this day. I remember what happened on that day. You know what I mean? Cool. So I've been doing that as I've been living or whatever. And like I said, I haven't been posting. So I've just been holding these pictures. And I said, at one point, I said, I'm gonna drop some pictures on the tier or some videos on tier, and people are gonna ask me questions or say certain things, and I'm not gonna answer any questions. I'm not answering it. Like, you just gotta accept that. So, case the picture in question came at the start of my 10 post dump for the year, right? And it's me in a crop top. And like, when it happened, yeah, like, so I'm not stupid, innit? I know what I'm doing. I could have put that picture anywhere. I could have put it in anything, but I decided consciously to put it at the front of this 10 picture or 10 post thing, and I decided to drop it and just not explain it. The caption for the thing is, "The truth is madder than fiction." Word to Dave.
I was quoted David wearing a crop top, fam. That's out of control, fam.
Listen, man. That was my top stream song of the year, innit? Obviously. So I had to, I had to show love to Verdansk survival mode and them thing, you know what I'm saying? So I posted it, and like the messages I was getting, bro, off the bat, like literally instantly, man, I messaged him, like DMing me, like, yo, are you okay? What's going on? What does this mean? Like, are you going through something?
Man, they were rattled.
Gee,
I know I would have been. This is the thing. I wasn't there. Even if I was there, I probably wouldn't have messaged you anyway. Because one, I know you, but two, it's just like this guy, man. Man, they were puzzled. Man, they were like, yo, nah. I know. Man, them was like, just like, what's this guy doing?
Fam,
you know the
bro,
ones.
Man, were in disbelief, and like, I was like, there's nothing to not believe. So it got to a point where my sister, obviously, she's in the room next to me, and she's messaged me like, yo, what's going on? So I went to go explain it to her, and basically what happened was, this was at the final of the Euro 2020/21 football championships, innit? So I don't really go out to watch football, but this day I said, yeah, come on, let's do this, like, come on England, all of that. So I've gone to the game, or we've gone to the game rather, and I'm wearing my England shirt, trying to support and that. And this woman that was there, my friend, shout out Grace, she was like, oh, I really like your England top. I said, oh, thank you. It's the same as everyone else's England top, but you know, it's calm, innit? She's like, can I swap with you? Now, Grace is wearing some like, I'm not even talking about GDPR and them thing, but it's just calm. She's there, and if you need to block it out, you can block it out, it's whatever. But she's there, and she's wearing like a lacy kind of top. Now, she's not big. She's not like a large, she's not my size. So I know that if I swap tops with her, I'm gonna rip her ting, and she's gonna have nothing to go home with. So I said to her respectfully, we can't swap tops, and I don't want to either, because I came here wearing my England top to support. If you wanted to support them, man, you should have bought a top, innit? And she was like, oh, like, why are you being like that? Why are you being a sore sport, a bad sport, red tete? I was thinking, gee, you didn't pay for this top, like, you gotta relax.
Them times, the top, everyone knows in summer, that England top was hot property.
Oh, gee. Like, you were there when I bought it. You were at my yard when I bought it. Like, we were watching the England-Germany match, and I said, oh, I think it was England-Germany. Can't remember who it was.
Oh, no,
England,
I was watching something.
England-someone match, innit? And I was like, if these men win, they go through to the final or whatever, or the semi-finals, I'm going to buy the top if they go through. Right, they went through, I went on the nightcap, bing, 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 boom, bought it. I said, I'm not playing games. Anyway, back to the story. So, I said to her, look, you're doing a lot, but what I'll do for you is, if England score before whatever minute, I'm going to swap with you.
Big Luke Shaw.
Fam, I was not expecting England to score. I'll be so real. I wasn't expecting them to score. I had zero hope. I was there for the vibes. Because it was big vibes. Like, when we were outside, it was such a good vibe, man.
What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive. I don't know if it ever happened. Like, that was like reminiscent of London 2012 kind of vibe. But like, as an adult, I could actually enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? Also, it wasn't the Olympics, so people cared. Like,
I was gonna say that's a stretch, but I'll give it to you. It is a track podcast, so I'll give it to you.
We'll pass. So they scored now, and I'm like, shh, boy, well, I have to be a man of my word, right? So I'm gonna give you this top, but I'm not wearing your top. That's not happening. So I was there topless, and I had my hoodie. So I zipped up my hoodie, and I'm thinking, cool, that's calm. Obviously, you know what I'm like. Well, people who don't know what I'm like, when I'm outside, innit? Like,
Top liable to be off.
top liable to be off. Like it's
They got to see the gains.
Fam, you think I'm doing this for nothing? Like, come on. So I had my hoodie up, but I was like a little down a bit. Cool. So you've pulled up with the people that you've pulled up.
No, I swear I was already there.
No, okay, the people that you were, because you came with a different group, but the people that you left with, they pulled up later.
Okay.
You get?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they've pulled up, and one of them is gonna go somewhere afterwards for some extracurriculars. Innit? So she's got, you know what I'm saying? She's gonna do some extracurriculars.
Yeah.
So she's got like clothes for the day, and so man, I've explained the situation to her as to why I'm topless, and she's been like, oh, well, I've got a crop top in my bag, and like it's a cotton one, so it won't rip or anything. Like you could probably rock that. I said, gee, I'm not doing that. Like, you've come late. Don't come and insert yourself into the bet. It's already pre-existing bet. You know what I'm saying? Like, Betfred and them, man. You can't start adding things to the accumulator afterwards. It's done. It's locked in. Now you want to start putting in corners because you see now the man's going, nah, relax. But then I made a separate bet with her. And I was like, cool. If the score is still X whatever by this time, man, I put the top on. She said, bet. She was on me, bro. I think I must have said like 66 minutes or something. It was like 48 minutes. She's like, oh, Reuben. Mm-hmm. Oh, Reuben. 54th. Ooh, Reuben. Ooh, Reuben. Bro, 63rd. I was thinking, gee, relax, please. Got to the 60th minute. I said, all right, cool. Give me nothing. Say nothing. Give me the top. So she gave me the top. I went to the bathroom. I put it on. I came out. Man, we were doing kiki. Oh, wow, wow, wow. I said, all right.
A man took a picture whilst he was putting it on.
Yeah.
That is funny, fam. Oh, my God.
So the worst part is I was taking that picture and my boy walked in, right? My boy who was there. He walked in and he looked at me from the doorway and I looked at him and we just started busting up.
Like...
We just started busting up. So I took a video with him here. I said, gee, why are we in this place supporting England and wearing a crop top? I said, bro, we're not even English. What are we doing? It's too much, but like, yeah, man, like, I put it out there and left it hanging in the wind. People were commenting on the things. Bro, people were so rattled by that picture. They didn't even see man singing on Instagram. Like, I was out here singing. Vocal.
You gave them too much at once, bro. Too much to digest.
It was overload, man. They couldn't take it.
Yeah.
They couldn't take it at all. But yeah, man, like, it was jokes for me because I just saw in that, like, I saw so many different responses. Like, people were saying, oh, I didn't know Reuben was like that, or I didn't know Reuben was. Is a sign that he wants to tell people, but he doesn't know how to tell them. Like, boys are like, oh, what about the galley? Like, the galley can't see you like this. I was like, gee, this is my brand.
Yeah, man don't know. Man don't know. The bag still,
like,
the bag. Like, and that's what, like, really, like, man brought this up to talk about. Like, your bag is a bit different. Like, I think in context of that conversation, this convo, your bag being different might sound mad. But I mean to say, like, I feel like, Reuben, you've always been ahead, like, mentally, innit? Like, even when I met you, probably, 17?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and you, it's like you was already an adult.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people say they don't care.
Yeah.
But you really don't care. And I think your life is just a testament to that. Like, not caring, do you know what I mean? And I don't know, like, obviously, without getting into, like, the deeper, you know, like, stories of life, like, how have you gotten to that point? And it's a positive not care. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I think we have to touch on the deeper, unfortunately, to get to that.
Yeah.
But it's just part of the story.
Yeah, of course.
I think, like, obviously, well, not obviously, but for those who don't know, when I was 9, my dad passed away. So from that, I had to start getting certain things. You have to start patterning up a little bit. Like, I couldn't be very emotional about everything. Certain things I had to get my emotions first and foremost, and I deal with the little things after. So that kind of thing. From that initially, you separate things into, okay, these are what I can care about, and this is what I can't care about. Like, I can't care about everything. I can't come and kill myself with my emotions. But like, I'll be so real. I think the biggest one for me was track and field. It's funny, like, it's weird because, like, when I was younger in track and field, every race felt like it was a personal attack. Not even a personal attack, but like, I was staking my personality on the race, right? Like, if I go out and I win, then I get to continue being me. I get to continue being the athlete that's good and everyone likes me and I'm fast and I'm positive and all that. But like, every time I lost or every time something mad happened, I was like, oh, it's like someone was chopping away at Reuben. Like, it wasn't just about losing a race. I was losing a part of me to the race or to someone. Like,
Yeah.
how can I come and lose to my man? Like, what's that? And I had a conversation with my mum, and I was rattled. Like, this is when I must have been around that time. So around like 15, 16, 17. Because things weren't going as easy as I would have liked them for me. And I was talking to my mum about it, and she was like, Reuben, if you go out and you race and you're having fun, I don't care what happens next. Like, if you're doing what you enjoy, then keep doing that. The moment you stop enjoying this, then we have to talk about it.
People don't understand how big that is, and especially as a successful athlete.
Talk your shit.
Not even on that thing, but it's like,
yeah, you have had success.
When your parent tells you, like, yeah, like, especially after a success or failure, whichever one it may be, like, yeah, like, I just want you to enjoy what you're doing, and I love you regardless of the results. Like, I'm not, like, obviously as the parent, they're not loving you and loving the athletics because you're this and they can do bragging and this and that. They just love whatever their child is doing.
Yes.
And it gives such a freedom. Like, I think for any parent or any parent, like, that's important still.
100%.
Like, especially, obviously, if your child loses, it's important too, but especially when your child is successful at a young age, like, it's very important still.
Yeah, because otherwise, like you said, you feel like the love is contingent on your ability. And that's never the case. I didn't even realize that. I was out here competing thinking, right, if I lose, I can't go home to my mum because my mum, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's embarrassment. Like, I'm wearing her surname on the team.
Yeah,
like,
man.
And like, that's even me. This is me as someone who has parents with no sporting background. Like, your dad was a G.
Yeah.
And your dad's still a legend in the track. You know what I'm saying? So like, it must have been mad for you, like, as a growing child, to have that, not pressure.
He's not a legend, man. He's just a G. Nah, because obviously there's people that's parents actually legends. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, my dad's he's just P in it. You get me? Like, he's pushing P in it, like, in life more so than the track. But that's just that, like, do you know what I'm saying? But for a man that your parent was actually, like, say, an Olympian or something like that must be crazy. Do you know what I mean? That must be
and
mad.
I think it's important to get that distinction of, okay, it's something that we've said before on here, and we'll say again, and because it's always important, people need to remember, you are not what you do. Like, you are you first. Like, Jody said it when we had Jody on the pod.
Yeah, legend.
You are you first, and then you do this. And it's something that, like, even as I've been speaking to, like, bare athletes that I've grown to respect, they separate the two.
I was even talking to someone about that yesterday, that separation. Like, it's mad. Even because we think it's just words, but when someone asks you, like, anything they speak to you about, me and Nick was speaking about it one time as well, it's like, you always identify as, I'm an athlete, but you're not an athlete. You're you that does athletics.
Yes.
And that mentality is very important, that
100%.
we get into that.
Because even I was having a conversation not long ago with an athlete or someone who's deciding that they're getting to a point where they don't want to do athletics anymore.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is someone who's had a lot of successes, like international teams, British medals, all of that kind of stuff. And it's like, there's a worry. If you don't separate the two, there's a worry that when you decide you don't want to do this anymore, that you lose yourself to everything, to athletics. You give up who you are as a result. And once you have that separation, it's like, okay, cool. I have used athletics to grow myself in these ways, as opposed to I am who I am because of athletics. Like,
Yeah.
You've grown as an individual, and now you can take those skills from athletics and transfer them into the real world.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's not a problem at all. It's just something that a lot of people don't do. But I was blessed because I had that experience quite early, and then I just saw. That's probably another thing. I saw people. I got to witness people who cared about the wrong things, and they weren't having a good time.
Yeah.
They were never having a good time. So like, I do things that I want to do for the most part. Like, I want to do it. Like, I'm not a terrorist, so I don't just go and do mad things. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go out into the street and start slapping people. That's not what I mean by that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's insane. That's insane. And they will kill me. I'm black. But like, if I feel like something is safe and it's positive and I'm not gonna hurt anyone actively by doing it, I'm gonna do it. And it's annoying. Well, not annoying. It's annoying for the rest of the world because I keep meeting people that facilitate that behavior. So like, when I went at Wayland at university, that's probably the worst thing that could happen.
That's the first thing. As soon as he said that, it's like I just saw a picture of Wayland.
Yeah. That's the worst thing that could happen for the rest of the world, for me, because it's like, if we're outside, he'll be like, oh, I want to do this. I'll be like, oh, you probably shouldn't do that. Like, he was like, why not? And I can't give him a reason. So he does it. For example, we went to an event and they asked us to write down our pronouns, right? And so he had his paper and his pen and he was thinking for a while. And he was like, I'm gonna write down man/them. I said, no, but that's funny when you do that in WhatsApp. But like, you can't do that. He's like, why not? I said, you know what, Wayland? You're absolutely right.
Bro, that's so P, fam.
So he did it. And man, I'm walking around and they were like, oh, what's your person? Looking at his pronouns, like, oh, that's really funny. And I was like, this could have gone so left,
Exactly.
but it didn't. It didn't go left. Because
Yeah, man, it's
was just
important.
doing what he wanted.
Like, it's important, like, bro, like, man have to do what man want to do, bro, in life.
Of course. Of course. People are out here living an experience that is not authentic. It's not P. It's not P.
Nah, it's
I hate that
scary.
you're going to make me say this.
It's scary. It's scary, bro. I'm telling you, scary, bro.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Narrative Podcast. Make sure you check us out on the socials at the Narrative Pod. Peace.